Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor Marie, and today we're talking about intimacy. We are talking about intimacy. As you guys know, my name is Taylor Marie. I am from Nebraska, and I am an intuitive. An intuitive is somebody who can read light. Read light. The light is the energy emitting off of our bodies. We have this thing around us called an electromagnetic field, and the field gives off, radiates all of these things. And when we have people in our life being a red flag, not taking us into account when they're doing something, when we're having situations happen in our life, it is called a reflection. Life is nothing more than a mirror of your subconscious beliefs. And if you don't like it, first of all, it's not your fault. Second of all, you can change it. Third of all, you have to work for it. Like, it's not just going to be handed to you on a silver platter. And I talk a lot about my experiences working through my limitations in belief work, on my podcast through seeing how my beliefs worked and how I've had bullets go a foot from my head while I was asleep in an apartment. I've been evicted from an apartment. I've had my car that I'm sitting in repossessed at one point, and then within 72 hours, I had my car back. But I've had all of these situations happen to me so that I could find solutions when solutions weren't available, right? Most people will let their world bully them. You didn't come here to get bullied by your world. You came here to make it something that is actually yours. And we do that through amplifying things in our field, this electromagnetic body. And so, one thing I'm wildly passionate about is bringing the lust and the intimacy back into a relationship, if you even have a relationship. If you don't have a relationship, that's called a reflection. You are meant to be with somebody in this world because it amplifies all of these really cool things in your field, but we have to get down to the core version of you in order to even see any of that kind of creation or manifestation. So, with that being said, if you don't have a partner, that's a reflection. Um, and it just means that we have things to work through before we can actually get to that. A lot of people in this life will settle in dynamics. They will say, "This is enough for me. I'm okay. We're happy with this." Am I truly in love with this person to every single core aspect and quality? Maybe not, but it's comfortable. And I see this happen so many times of people thinking that there's a deadline of like 25, the age 25, that they need to be married and have a couple kids. That was never, I don't, we don't know where that came from, okay? What really needs to happen is to you honing in on the things that are true to yourself, okay? What does this mean? Maybe I understand that I haven't met somebody that is my same potentials or has the same heart drive as me, but I'm settling with this one person that treats me kind of okay because I don't see myself in the version that gets what they want in this lifetime. You get to have every single last thing that you want. First of all, it's going to be a lot of responsibility. Second of all, careful what you wish for because you just might get it. And I've had this happen to me so many times when I'm having these big manifestations, and it's like, whoa, I have all of these manifestations, but the overwhelm comes in, right? So, what I'm talking about intimacy is whatever kind of judgment we have toward intimacy. I'm not having intimacy enough. I'm not enjoying intimacy. My partner isn't enjoying intimacy. These are all things that we get to work on in this lifetime. Even if it is your partner not enjoying intimacy, it still has to do with your subconscious mind. Are you not even enjoying intimacy? Do you have intimacy in your life? Question is here first. Do you have intimacy in your life? Yes or no? Chat, let me know. Yes or no? Intimacy meaning time alone with yourself or time alone with your partner. If you don't give it to yourself, your partner cannot give it to you. And second of all, it has everything to do with a certain area of your life that you're not giving energy to. If I don't give energy to a certain area of my life, there is 8 areas. If there is 8 areas of my life that I'm not giving energy to and I don't see myself as who I am, who I came here to be, you will find that intimacy is a big obstacle in your life, okay? Either you have a partner for a short amount of time and then they're in and out of your life. You don't enjoy it. For me, um, growing up, I should say in my like early 20s, I was never able to enjoy intimacy, and that was a reflection for me, because I wasn't able to be present in my body. We see that happen a lot right now with people going online to find intimacy, and you know what I'm saying, like watching intimate content. They don't, this is a reflection in the obstacle. The translation would be that you don't feel that, first of all, you're good enough to bring in a partner that would sustain that feeling state. Um, and as far as like watching intimate content online, it is a settle, like it's a settle, it's saying that you don't think that you're good enough to have the real thing, okay? Or practice it alone by yourself, or create those feelings alone by yourself. And those are all reflections. So, with having intimacy in your life or not having intimacy in your life, it's always the judgment behind what is going on. And so, I like to talk about intimacy because it's the one thing that I bring into people's lives is intimacy. And I love working with um, partners, with couples, because we can become so imbalanced from all of the things going on. Life's too busy. We have work, we have kids, we have all of these things going on. When intimacy happens, you're able to create solutions in other areas of your life because you gain a more in you're living in your car. No, I have though. I have lived in my car before. You know, the thing is, watching intimate stuff take my mind away from real people so I can be always focused. But it is a reflection. If you thought you were good enough, if you loved yourself enough, which I'm going to trigger you right here, if you loved yourself enough, you would do anything to find the right person to be that for you. So take it as you will. um, I've done the most to keep my partner in my life because I understand how the energetics work and I understand all the knowledge behind it. I didn't come here to be fluffy, so I don't know if you guys aren't rocking with the hardcore punch in the throat, but that's honestly, you either get it in this life or you don't, and you possibly get it in the next life. I'd rather get it in this life and have the hard truth like punch me in the face. It's what I've had happen all the time. So people come to me when their life doesn't look great and they want solutions. So I'm here for you. But you will have to do the hard thing. The hard thing is going on dates, getting to know yourself in a relationship, getting to know what you like intimately. And I've seen so many times people staying in relationships, but they're not intimate with their partner. Why are you there? You should be like on your partner all the time. That's how it should be. But when you have settled in a relationship, or you are happy and being complacent with watching things online, you'll notice that none of your life gets better or bigger. It just stays the same. And then you're like, why do I keep finding myself in the same cycle of thing over and over again? It's because you're not challenging yourself. A challenge is going on a date and meeting somebody. I've been on so many dates, and it's actually how I figured out that I have intuition, is because I would go on dates. I actually got banned from so many apps, like the dating apps, because I'd go and start talking to these people and be like, this happened when you were younger, and like you had this go on. So, for any of you guys that are like, hey, I am going on these dates and like it's not working out for me, it always is. We're learning new ways to communicate, we're learning new skill sets, we're learning what things do and don't work. But if we're not outwardly putting ourselves forward, what are we doing? What are we doing? I do have an Instagram. It's actually private now, so good luck trying to get a hold of me. You guys can leave the questions that you do have in the comments below. I might look at them. But my Instagram, what I do for a living is I work with horses, and I am an intuitive, so I work with people and horses and couples and all the things. But when it comes to animals, they also have a light energy field, a light body. And so in working with animals, I am able to read a lot of things. Can you follow me? Well, I'm not on there, so unfortunately, probably not. But you can go try to follow me. I'm not on there. The best way to get a hold of me is here. And if you have my number, but you don't have my number, and you won't have my number. So, with that being said, um, if you are lacking intimacy in your life, it is called a reflection. It is something to get on the opposite side of. You just have to solve the problem that is being presented in front of you. So we can go, like I was telling you guys earlier, we can go to the Intimate website and look up um, things that will make you feel a certain way for a short amount of time. So that dopamine hit that we're always like, ooh, I need the dopamine hit. No, you don't. You don't need it. It's low hanging fruit. You're going to need the next dopamine hit in what, 15 hours? If not sooner. I would rather have a practice where I'm setting a schedule where me and my partner can both enjoy this certain thing on every single day that will both help us expand, right? Because when we are in this creative mode, it helps not only our energy body, but it helps amplify everything. So your triggers will be amplified times 1,000 with a person in your life that is a high soul match, which I've talked about high soul matches before. And a lot of women will seek the relationship because they love the intimacy around it, which was me. I would constantly run toward this relationship because he gave me everything I wanted. He told me I was pretty. He was intimate with me. He told me all of these things. When at the actual core of what I wanted was to be that for myself. I didn't see myself as pretty, so I needed it from him. I was a little rat in the corner. I needed this little speck of validation. When at the end of the day, if I knew that I was enough, which is something that you practice over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you get really good at it to the point where I don't need it from him. And now he tells me all the day, like all the things, okay? But it doesn't come from him. It comes from my field. It's pushed out and reflected back to me. I know certain things about myself. So when people are around me, they then see themselves that way, right? And you show up as a leader. They see themselves in their brilliance because I see my brilliance. And then also it's reflected back to me and people seeing my brilliance as well. So, with that being said, if you want more intimacy in your life, you have to get to the core of who you truly are, which is your attributes. Big old word right there, your attributes. So, the things that your soul came here to experience, to give to the world, to embody, rather than like saying an affirmation of I'm good, I'm attractive. Does it work? Has it worked for you? Probably not. And if it has worked, it was a short-lived thing. Okay, we want sustainable results. We want a foundation that we can go off of. We don't want this oh, I got something but I have no idea how I created it. Immediately no to that. I'm not here for that. So with that being said, intimacy is meant to be in your life. And if you're not having it, that is called a reflection. If you want to know what a reflection is, I have an entire podcast all about reflections. Reflections are your subconscious mind playing a story out. They're playing a story out. And when the story is being played out in front of you, it's not to go, "Oh, this red flag is being a menace." What is the judgment? They aren't choosing you. You aren't choosing you, so they're reflecting it back. They're being a divine messenger. They're being a beautiful divine messenger. When we figure that out, and higher self is like, oh, they understand, yay, you get a release. You get a release, the partner then can come in, okay? But if we don't see ourselves to our core as the best, this Olympic level version of yourself, we'll get it reflected over and over and over till you get the message, okay? And I'm here to help you guys because we can see with intuition where somebody else is off in their approach and give them guidance. But we can only do that when we are at our best, right? And seeing ourselves for who we truly are. If we can't see that, then what help am I going to be to the world, right? What help am I going to be? So with that being said, that was today's short little video. I'm coming at you every single day for the next 6 months to help you guys. If you guys have any intuitive questions down below, want to help, maybe find a solution in your reality, I can help you guys. Just leave me the comments down in the description below. You know how to get a hold of me. I also have my podcast on Spotify, Flying Changes Podcast. My name is Taylor Marie. I love you guys with my whole heart, and I'll talk to you real soon. Okay, bye.